The HOA Queen's Fall, a tale of power and justice. It was 7 a.m. on moving day, and I was already questioning every decision that led me to this moment. The neighborhood of Maplewood Estates gleamed like a postcard, manicured lawns, white picket fences, and houses painted in approved shades of beige. But my back ached from 3 days of packing, and our possessions seemed to multiply like roaches in the dark. My wife, Sarah, looked exhausted, dark circles framing her eyes from juggling her new job and the move. Yet she flashed me a tired smile as she hefted a box labeled kitchen that definitely held no kitchen items. "Fresh start, Tom," she said. "New house, new jobs, new life." I wanted to believe her. Then, at 7:15, Evelyn Harper appeared, and our fresh start turned into a nightmare. Evelyn, the HOA president, materialized at our driveway like a storm cloud in a power suit. Her hair was shellacked into place, her makeup camera ready, and her eyes glinted like a hawk spotting prey. She wielded a measuring tape like a sword, sizing up our moving truck's distance from the curb. "Violation." Her voice sliced through the morning quiet. "Your truck is 16.5 inches from the curb. Regulation 3.2.1 states 15 inches maximum. Unacceptable." I blinked, wondering if exhaustion was making me hallucinate. Sarah, ever patient, tried diplomacy. "Good morning. I'm Sarah. This is Tom. We have a city permit for the truck." She extended her hand, which Evelyn ignored like it carried a plague. "I don't care about permits," Evelyn snapped, filming us on her phone. "This is my neighborhood. Move it, or I document your first violation." Sarah's reaction was odd. Instead of anger, she studied Evelyn with a calculating intensity, noting every move, every word, like she was building a case. "We'll move it," Sarah said smoothly, her voice carrying a subtle challenge. "Thank you, Mrs. Harper," Evelyn declared, as if announcing royalty. Evelyn Harper, HOA president. As she strutted away, Sarah's phone rang with a distinct tone. She stepped aside, her demeanor shifting. I caught fragments. "Yes, Commissioner Monday start. No, they don't need to know yet." "Commissioner?" That sounded far grander than the city admin job she'd mentioned. Before I could ask, Evelyn returned with a 200-page HOA binder, pointing out violations. Our potted plants, unapproved color, our doormats' excessive size, our cars' unlisted blue shade. The binder was a dystopian masterpiece: rules for grass height to the 10th of an inch, mailbox angles, and even bans on aesthetically unpleasing birds like sparrows. The next week was suburban warfare. Day 2, a $50 fine for a trash can left out 16 minutes past pickup. Day 3, $75 for grass 3.1 inches tall instead of 3.0. Day 4, a note demanding we repaint our door. Day 5, a $100 fine for color noncompliance. I created a wall of shame in my office, displaying each absurd citation. "We're living under a dictator," I told Sarah, a history teacher used to studying tyrants. Sarah photographed each fine, urging me to document everything: dates, times, weather, exact wording. "Details matter," she said cryptically, "especially with people who abuse power." On day 7, Evelyn caught me adjusting our mailbox, which she claimed was 1.5 inches too high. She filmed, narrating, "New resident destroying HOA property." Sarah appeared in pajamas, her eyes locking onto Evelyn with chilling intensity. "Mrs. Harper," she said, her voice sweet but lethal, "your enforcement patterns are predictable." Evelyn faltered, sensing a trap but not grasping it. "Predictability is reliability," she retorted. "I'll be watching you 24/7. One more violation, and I start eviction proceedings." As she stormed off, Sarah whispered, "She's digging her own grave." That night, I found Sarah on her laptop, working on what looked like legal documents. When I pressed about her colleagues, texting at 11 p.m., she smiled. "The kind who take justice seriously. Trust me, Tom." Week 2 turned me into a suburban spy. My office became a war room: timelines, maps of Evelyn's patrols, and a list of 15 families who'd fled Maplewood in 3 years, all after reconciliation issues with Evelyn. I started morning walks, pretending to walk a neighbor's dog, to track Evelyn's dawn inspections. She moved like a warden, measuring and photographing violations with precision. I noticed our neighbor, Carl, watering his lawn at odd hours to avoid her. "You learn her patterns or pay," he said, showing me his own fine collection, labeled extortion. He revealed a chilling story. When he ran for HOA president, his wife's prized rose garden was destroyed overnight, bushes cut, soil bleached. A note read, Roses today? What tomorrow? Other families face similar terror. A missing dog, relentless inspections. Carl whispered, she's got connections, her brother's on city council, a friend on the school board. She's untouchable. I shared this with Sarah, who fixated on Evelyn's hidden cameras, owls, gnomes, fake rocks. She documents everything, Sarah said. That's her weakness. She thinks it makes her powerful, but it's evidence. I pressed about her job, but she dodged. I can't tell you yet, but Margaret will learn what happens when you threaten the wrong family. The next morning, Evelyn cornered me by my car, her smile venomous. Making friends with Carl? His wife had such beautiful roses. Past tense is so final, don't you think? The threat was clear, cross her, and pay. Saturday brought the storm. Sarah sent me to tutoring sessions and errands, clearing the house. At 10 a.m., Evelyn launched a doorbell assault, ringing relentlessly and shouting, "Inspection. Open this door." Flanked by two coerced neighbors, she looked demonic in her crimson suit. Sarah, in pajamas, ignored her, analyzing via security cameras and noting, subject showing extreme agitation, witnesses coerced. Evelyn's tactics escalated. Hiding is an admission of guilt. Then, this is your HOA president. You must comply. After 5 minutes, she called 911, her voice morphing into fake concern. I hear crying inside, possibly domestic violence. Please send help. Sarah speed-dialed someone. Mike, it's me. You'll get a call about 451 Elm Street. Handle it by the book. Audi cameras on. At 10:45, 2 patrol cars arrived, sirens blaring. Evelyn posed as a worried citizen, but Officer Mike Young approached professionally. Sarah opened the door, coffee mug in hand, her stance tactically perfect. I'm fine, she said. Mrs. Harper was aggressive, so I didn't answer. I have footage. Evelyn shrieked, she's lying. I'm the president, she answers to me. Sarah's voice cut like ice. You filed 47 false complaints in 3 years. That 911 call? A crime. Evelyn's threats exploded. I'll destroy you. Your husband's job. Your home. I have connections. As officers led her away, neighbors clapped. But Sarah's words chilled me. Bring boxes home tomorrow, Tom. For your classroom. Monday, my gut churned. At school, teaching about tyrants, I got a text from Sarah. Remember the boxes. At 2 p.m., the principal summoned me. In a conference room, 3 school board members, led by Linda Carter, ambushed me with a folder of doctored photos of stalking Evelyn, actually walking my dog, or getting mail. You're suspended, Linda said, her voice hollow. Allegations of harassment. The walk to my classroom, escorted by security, was humiliating. Students watched as I packed 15 years of teaching into Sarah's prophetic boxes. A student whispered, "Is this because of the crazy HOA lady?" I stayed silent, but Margaret had won her, so I thought. At home, Sarah hugged me fiercely. I hoped I was wrong about the timing, she said. Evelyn strikes on Mondays for maximum disruption. Linda owes her for covering a gambling scandal. I demanded answers. Sarah's demeanor shifted military straight, eyes cold. She opened her laptop, revealing the Riverside Police Department's chief portal. Chief Sarah J. Miller, it read. Evelyn attacked my family, she said. Now it's my turn. Wednesday, Evelyn received a police summons for mandatory mediation over her 911 call. Misreading it as her victory, she strutted to the station in a crimson suit, boasting to neighbors, "The walkers will regret crossing me." The waiting room was packed. Carl, the Garcias, even my principal, all clutching evidence. Evelyn taunted me. Enjoying your forced vacation? Officer Young led her to the chief's office. Sarah, in full regalia for stars gleaming, swiveled to face her. Evelyn's face collapsed. You deceived me, she gasped. Sarah's voice was steel. You assumed. Your mistake. Sarah laid out 5 folders, 15 families harassed, racist remarks to the Garcias, HOA fund embezzlement, Monday's false 911 call. Security footage showed Evelyn's crimes measuring grass, screaming at kids. Your cameras betrayed you, Sarah said. Everyone has them now. Evelyn's network crumbled. Her brother resigned. Linda faced scrutiny. Officers cuffed her for false reports, harassment, vandalism, fraud, and conspiracy. As she screamed, "This isn't over," neighbors cheered. Sarah addressed the crowd. Bullies forget the new person might be the wrong one to mess with. 3 months later, Maplewood thrived. Carl led a fair HOA. His new rose garden bloomed defiantly. Sarah's community trust program cut crime by 73%. I returned to teaching, my wall of shame replaced with neighborhood photos. Evelyn's house sold cheap to a young couple. She took a plea: 18 months in prison, 5 years probation, $500,000 in restitution. Last we heard, she was teaching origami in jail, still scheming. Justice prevailed, but the scars linger. Have you faced a bully like Evelyn? How do you fight injustice in your community? Share your thoughts below. Take a stand. Voice your perspective. Your story matters.